Hello, I'm the Accidental Bookseller. My name is Paul. Welcome to the channel. We've got another £4 for 40 books today that I've acquired, which I'm going to sell at the bookshop where I rent shelves in Sedbergh. This time I'm not going to take as long going through explanations of what I do and why I do it. If you want to know all that, by all means go back to the other £4 for 40 books videos that I've done. This time I think we'll just rattle through the books. So without further ado, the first one, Birdsong, Sebastian Faulks. These stickers come off pretty quickly. I won't waste the time now. Yeah, it's in decent nick. Bit of creasage there. Yeah, it's okay. I'll get £1.50 for that. I've already set myself up for failing here because I've got two piles and I don't know what to do with them. I see what we'll do this pile first. So I've got five Nancy Drew books in really nice condition, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first one is The Secret of the Old Clock. Author is Caroline Keane, if you didn't know. Illustrated as well. They've got illustrations in them. They are public. This is Grosset and Dunlap, a member of the Putnam and Grosset group. That's the publisher. Yeah, just really nice condition. Number 2 is The Hidden Staircase. Number 3 is The Bungalow Mystery. Number 4 is The Mystery at Lilac Inn. And number 5, The Secret of Shadow Ranch. I'm not going to take these up to Sedbergh because I think I can make more money by putting these together in a bundle and selling them on eBay. Because I do have 2 other Nancy Drew paperbacks that came in a job lot. So that's 7. I haven't checked to see whether they're duplicates, but yeah, I think these will go well on eBay. And then I got so all 10p, by the way. Every book that I show you today is 10p. So I've got Uncle Dynamite in Penguin, PG Wodehouse. Nice-ish condition. A Pelican at Blandings, PG Wodehouse. All these are PG Wodehouse. Some of them are okay spines, and some of them have got creasage on them. Money in the Bank, PG Wodehouse. All Penguins. Stiff Upper Lip Jeeves. Uncle Fred in the Springtime. Bit more faded, that one. On the spine. Lord Emsworth and Others. If that's supposed to be orange, that's very faded. Pigs Have Wings. Dr. Sally. Company for Henry. Nice and orange, that one. There's more. Full Moon. That light's playing havoc with it today. Blandings Castle. Service with a Smile. That's got a bit of spine bend, that one. Spring Fever. Again, that one's got quite a bit of fading. Galahad at Blandings. So I saw all these on the shelf and I just thought, this has got bundle written all over it. Ants Aren't Gentlemen. Sunset at Blandings. I think this is the last one. It's a different edition, that's Corgi. So I think there's 16. So I'm not taking them up to Sedberg. I think I'll probably split them into two and do two bundles of 8. It depends what they weigh. They'll weigh in excess of 2 kilograms, I would have thought, for the 16 of them. And I like to keep bundles less than 2 kilograms because then it gives the option of sending by Royal Mail or Every. eBay have tied their lot in with Every now as part of a selling change that they've done. And I'm not as wild about Every as the Royal Mail. Royal Mail they've got the faults sometimes, but on the whole, they deliver well. And I've not, touch wood, not had too many problems so far. Whereas as a customer of Every, I think the communication could be an awful lot better on when they're delivering things. I've bought things and they've been posted by Every, and I've had 3 different days on 3 different devices on when I'm getting stuff. I've got an email, I've got a flash notification on the email, and then I've had an instruction on eBay, and you don't know when stuff's coming until quite near the time, and it's just quite hard to plan, especially if it's going to be a biggish package where you want to be in. So I think they have better rates if it's above 2 kilograms, but on the whole I prefer Royal Mail. So I think 2 batches of 8. And then, so yeah, all those PJ Woodhouses, 10p each as well. Next one is Brian Lara, and this definitely has not been opened or read. It's in, for a hardback, it's just in, I'm not going to say immaculate because there's a little bit of scratching, but wow, great condition. I'm going to read this first before I sell it. As a kid growing up, the best cricket team in the land was the West Indies team of the 1970s and early 80s. Brian Lara came towards the end of that dynasty of West Indian cricket, but he played with all the greats as well. So I'm going to give that a read, and I think I'll enjoy it. And for 10p, geez. Next one is Star Wars Legends Dark Apprentice. This is book 2 in the Jedi Academy trilogy by Kevin J. Anderson, but it's in really nice condition. If you saw my other video, you'll see that I got Splinter of the Mind's Eye from Sedberg for £3 a couple of weeks ago, but 10p. I'm not enough of a Star Wars fan to start wanting to collect Star Wars because I think it's a long slippery slope given how many there are. So I'll just sell this as a one-off. It'll go in the box for when I have the month of, I plan to have a shelf of fantasy and science fiction, because selling individually they don't go well, but as a special event it'll go with them. Bahama Crisis by Desmond Bagley. As part of the massive job lot that I got the other month, 300 plus books for 50 odd quid, 55, 60 quid, there was a batch of Desmond Bagley's in there. This was written in 1989. So I plan to sell a Desmond Bagley bundle, and this will go in there as well. I've seen some Desmond Bagleys on somebody's channel. It might be Gary Levisi, who one of his videos, he had some Desmond Bagleys. So I don't know whether it's collectible or not, but I've seen the name. The next is Dean Koontz or Thomas. Little bit sticky, bit of a sticky label there, but for 10p, we can't grumble. I've got, as I've been promising to do the video for it, I've got a big box of Dean Koontz and Stephen King's that I got as a job lot, and I plan to do, I'll advertise them on Facebook horror pages. I plan to sell them for £1.50 each, no matter what the version is, and this will go in there as well. I don't think Odd Thomas is in there, but we'll see. And then I've got a batch of John Grisham's. There's The Street Lawyer, The Runaway Jury, The Chamber. Bit of creasage on the spine. That's quite a nice flop to that one. The Brethren. Bit of curved spine, but really nice condition. They've been read carefully. The King of Totes. I've had this in the bigger paperback version and sold that. John Grisham does sell well up in Sedbergh. I don't think that's been cut quite correctly. Yeah, nice flop to it and in decent condition. The Partner. The Rainmaker. Again, nice enough condition. One more. The Testament. Yeah, so all these really nice condition. Actually, that one. It's got the creasage on the spine, so it's been read, but the edges of pages and the cover, nice. I don't know how many there are there. There's a few. 3, 4, 8. Little Red Riding Hood. Just priced that for £1 or so. Last month was a really good month for children's books. Plague Ship, Clive Cussler. You will remember from some of my other videos that I'm putting together a Clive Cussler selection to sell as a bundle. Got about, must have about 6 or 7 already. So I was scratching around for the 38th and 39th, 40th book, because like I said before, at this particular charity shop, it's 10 for £1, and if you buy 7, you still get charged £1. So you might as well get the 8th, 9th, and 10th book. So when you're getting 40 or 30, there might be 26 or 27 where you think, oh, I can make some money on them, and you're really scratching around to find the other 2 or 3. So I think this was probably a scratch around book. Dickie Bird, 18 Not Out. Got a few cricket ones because I've got there's Brian Johnston, Someone Who Was. I have got, I must have about 25 to 30. I'm going to say 30 cricket books now, where I'm going to do a big bundle for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and a cricket fan will really like it because there's some really nice condition books and some reasonably rare ones as well. So I saw these and I thought, well, at 10p each, I might as well add them to. They're going to embellish the collection there for someone to buy. Tattooist of Auschwitz. Not in the greatest of condition, but we're starting to run dry of getting the 40. It'll go for a quid, £1.25ish, I reckon. Amsterdam by Ian McEwan in hardback. It's in nice condition apart from, I think the spine's, well, it's bent, stroke broken. I'm not aware of the book Amsterdam by Ian McEwan. It's not a particularly long one. It's only 170, 180-ish pages. But Ian McEwan's a seller. What year is it? 98. So come up 30 years. Popular card games. It's got quite a bit of brown foxing on there, or spotting. This is quite nice. It's got chapters on auction bridge, contract bridge, whist, solo whist, piquet, bezique, cribbage, baccarat, Napoleon, Newmarket, rummy. It's a nice book, is that, if someone's into cards, and that'll go in the section for rural and local and pastimes that I've got. If you remember from one of the other videos that I did, I think it was the 40 for £4, there was it might have been in the 30 for £3 one, whichever one it was, there was the first quiz book that I'd put up there, which was the code breaking book. I priced it at £3. Thought, oh, that might be a bit expensive, but it went almost immediately. So, not that this is a bit different, but I could see this going, and there's a lot in there. There's a lot of games in there if someone's into it. Another John Grisham, The Summons. There might have been, I don't know, was The Summons in paperback? I can't remember. But anyway, we've got another one. It's in decent nick. I'll price it the same as the paperbacks probably, just to get out the door. And the last one in this particular bag is the hardback of Call the Midwife. Nice condition. Little bit of, no, I think it's all right. (2007) this one. Nice nick that, and I think that'll go with the demographic that go into this particular bookshop where I rent the shelves. They tend to be older people who are into walking because of Sedbergh being where it is, and outdoor pursuits, and probably the demographic that like Call the Midwife. So I think that's got a decent chance of selling. I think we've got 7 to go. Michael Atherton's autobiography. Nice nick, hardback. A few years old now, obviously, because he's long since retired. Been commentating for a long time. 2002. But it'll go in the cricket bundle. This is a nice condition one again. Brian Johnston again. Letters Home. I guess assumed you would know who Brian Johnson would be when I showed you the paperback by Brian Johnston earlier in the haul, but he's a very, very, very famous radio cricket commentator on the BBC, and that's a reasonably rarish one that'll please someone if they're getting that in the collection. And there's a number of ones like that in the collection. Tombland by C.J. Sansom. Again, I was getting to the end of the buy-in in the charity shop. This doesn't have the dust jacket, but it's all right. Not going to be able to charge much for it because it's missing the dust jacket, but it's in nice enough condition. The downside is that it's thick, so therefore it's taking up a lot of space, so I'll price it accordingly to get rid. Running out of somewhere to put these. Next book is The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. Won the Booker Prize. I've got it in paperback actually for myself, but yeah, this is a nice one. I do wonder if this is. I remember seeing only very recently Unhauling by Charlotte from Charlotte's Shelves, and I think she lives down south somewhere, so I can't imagine it's this is the version that's gone, but she's unhauled it to wherever she's unhauled it to, and this is cropped up in a charity shop. I'll be fascinated if it's the same one. It's got a bookmark on page 38, so I don't know whether they only got to 38. Yeah, that's a nice one. Again, thick, so it's taking up space. I mentioned the taking up space factor because that is important. As I said on my other video, I rent on the shelves that I rent, it's £3.50 per metre. So if you get a book and it doesn't sell, that's taking up a lot of space of your £3.50 a metre. I like thinner books, especially if they sell. The next one, I couldn't turn this down because this is really nice. It's 10 minute stories, a kid's book. Like I say, kids books went really well last month. I got the update of so far, because just before I go up and do a refresh, I'll email the shop and say, right, what have I sold from the first of the month? And in the first 3 weeks, I'd sold 18 kids books, which is good. So I've then got to stock up and fill another 18 books worth in the spaces that they vacated. But there's just a lot of stuff in here. The Spider and the Toad, Pinocchio is Swallowed by the Dogfish, Puss in Boots, Tom Sawyer, The Giant's Wife, The White Cat, Sleeping Beauty, The Nutcracker Prince, Rumpelstiltskin, Snow White, Little Mermaid, Cinderella, Snow White and Rose Red. It's just, I mean, there's some pictures, but it's in really good condition. It's got a lot of stuff to it. That sticker will come off easy. Yeah, I'm chuffed with that one. Again, 10p. Ranulph Fiennes, Cold. I've got this in paperback myself. Again, not convinced it's been read. It's been read carefully. Yeah, that's a good one for 10p. So I can very safely price that at probably £4, and that'll go, I think. And the final one is The Story of Archaeology in Britain. It's a bit of a gamble, bit of a punt choosing this one, but it'll go in my rural shelf. Written in 1964. Looks like it's a first edition. I'm torn between keeping this myself because I've got quite a few books that I've read on prehistory, shall we call it, or archaeology, pre-AD or BC. Yeah, it's a nice book, and I don't know what to price it as. This is probably one that I'll just investigate before I take it up there, just to make sure that it's not worth more than a few quid. I don't think it'll be rare, but equally I won't price it for a quid. Rattle through them a bit quicker than last time, haven't I? But I figured it's easier to do that and it'll bore you less. So if you enjoyed it, by all means click subscribe. I think we'll do this again, no doubt. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.